Hi, it's Rebecca from Startup Grant. Very happy today we have Ross joining us.
Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Raz, I'm from Israel. I've been living in China for the past 13 years.
Wow.
Half my life, pretty much. I am the founder of Y platform, Y 国人研究社会, and we are a social media company that helps influencers grow their fan base and monetize and change the world in a positive way.
What if for cross-border startups, when they are thinking about entering the China market and leverage the social media to do their marketing, where could they start with?
Before you start anything, you should understand what you're doing quite thoroughly, not just read a few papers or hire somebody to help you. You should be very clear about what you're entering. So if you don't know much about the Chinese social media network, learn about them, download the Bilibili, download the Chinese version of TikTok, Douyin, and learn about how the algorithm works, what kind of content, what's trending. If you're struggling with language, have somebody help you, read a lot about it, meet people that work in that space, take notes, make even a presentation about what is the platform you want to enter. And once you have all the knowledge required about what you're entering, then everything becomes much more simpler. Like you will know exactly how your product could fit that social media network. Be open to learn, because the Chinese social media networks are quite diverse.
True.
And they're very different from each other, and they can produce different results to your marketing campaign. So I'm not a social media user. Many people don't want to have Chinese social media as their hobby, because it's like, or like it's so complicated, I don't like the content. You just do it for learning. That's what I do, and it helps me a lot with my understanding of the Chinese culture, Chinese society, young people's feelings and emotions towards different topics, and also helps me understand new marketing trends.
So what triggered you to start this business?
It took us many years of trying different stuff to get to where we are. Number one, it's not that we thought about it one day and we did it. We actually went through 2 different other startups. We're not directly similar to what we did, in order to find out that niche, which is video creators in China, majority expats, that kind of niche market. I took part in a TV show in 2016 called 世界青年说, but it's basically there's 11 chosen foreigners from 11 different countries, and that use Chinese to share their country's culture through the Chinese TV.
Wow, okay.
Now that show was very inspiring, because I learned a lot about the current status of getting traffic and fame through foreigners in China. But I was also seeing an opportunity, because most of the foreign created content in China was TV mainly.
Yeah.
And there was not much digital media. There was a big gap. So I thought, okay, these guys are TV personalities, but I want to be a digital media personality. And that's why we started making random street interviews of foreigners here. And through those videos, we could much better have an understanding of how China is interacting with foreigners, how foreigners are understanding China. And it could be a really good bridge for the new generation who are using social media so much and not necessarily watching TV shows. We grew Y China first, and then we grew almost 50 other social media accounts through that. And they're all foreigners from 30 different countries. Majority speak fluent Chinese, and they are acting as a bridge between China and their country.
How do the audience outside of China react to your videos?
We have always posted on YouTube, and then later on we moved to post on Instagram, and then Facebook at the same time, and then TikTok more recently. It's been very, very positive, very fun, because it's a bunch of people around the world speaking about different topics related to food, entertainment, lifestyle in China. And some things had a huge culture shock moments about language, about food, about the day-to-day life. So people were just extremely curious, and they were laughing a lot. A lot of foreigners were like, wow, that makes me motivated to learn Chinese, for example. A lot of our foreign audience, international audience, they were very inspired by the videos too. Like, wow, these guys speak such good Chinese, I want to learn Chinese too.
That's nice.
And also I know a few people that saw us making videos, and a few years later they became video creators themselves. So they were inspired to be like, if they can do it, I can also do it. But then there's also a lot of negativity. Okay. Whenever you do something related to China, that's just kind of a given. China doesn't have the greatest reputation among a few groups of people around the world. It's mainly political, and also related to some historical conflicts or some current media relations between China and the world, and also some general like stereotypes built over the years that you can't really change. So these people would always come to you and blame you for being overly positive about China, or they'd be like, why, you must be a puppet of the government, and they would say bad things to you in the comment. But I think every social media creator in any industry, you would always face some kind of hate.
Yeah.
But I also face hate in China. It's not just outside China.
What do you mean?
About foreigners, about my identity, because there's different groups of people that exist on the internet. You just don't know who they are, but they're active and they're using it to lash out their stereotypes about where you're from. You know, me being from Israel or Jewish could make some people upset, and they would say stuff, or me doing something in China, going to some village, and they were like, oh, you shouldn't do that. I'm already got used to that. I was never really surprised. But many times it can be kind of depressing for social media creators to get. I don't think it's a new thing. As a social media creator, you got to be ready for that. And if you make a mistake, you can admit it. And if you don't think you made a mistake, make sure to stand by what you believe in, and don't fall for those voices that are negative. Yeah.
Agree. And do you have the secret of attracting so many traffic?
The secret is to create content. Once you start making content, then you are already ahead of the game. I always say that it takes at least a year of making content in order to get any kind of breakthrough. So give yourself a year. Some people are lucky and they get successful in one time, but that's very rare. Most people that you see now on social media, they've went through years of hard work. Just like a baby that grows up, you gotta grow yourself. I also work with so many different platforms, so every day I have to be like, okay, what is Doreen like now? What is Bilibili? I even do live streams right now. I'm doing gaming live stream because I'm curious. I'm terrible at gaming, but I'm like, gaming is such an interesting world. So I want to learn how it works. I want to try. Even if there's like 100 people watching me live streaming gaming, I'm happy because I'm learning. Yeah, for example, I gamed Royale. It's a Chinese game, Kings of Honor. I've never played it before. And then I gamed for a month, and then the company, Royale, came to me the other day and they're like, oh, can we do a campaign together?
Wow. So
they offered some money. So I didn't even think of reaching out to them, but I did it, and then they came to me because I'm playing and I'm like losing all the time. They were like, they thought it's cool, you know. You never know. You just gotta go for it, you know.
I know you guys just closed the new round of fundraising, so
yeah,
congrats.
Thank you. Yeah,
How did you do that? Achieve that? That's quite a big news.
Sometimes investments happen with patience and luck, and just keep doing what you do. It's not about investment. Like, yeah, you can reach out and ask for people to invest in you, but if you focus on your product and do your product well, eventually the people in the community, in the ecosystem, they will come to you and be like, oh, I want to invest in you. It doesn't matter if you're a foreigner or not, you know, you have to build trust with people. And a lot of people, they focus so much on working hard and not working smart. Smart is also constantly learning and changing yourself. The world is very dynamic and unpredictable, and with the whole current pandemic situation, it's even more complicated. Working hard is not going to help you change. Working smart can help you adapt and change. So yeah, that's my small advice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys, and I wish you all the best for your businesses or any venture you're going to.